This is an orchid that had no roots at one point. Now, as you can see, it's blooming, and the roots have taken over the media, and it is now root bound, which is a very good sign. This is another orchid that I'm trying to save, and I know it'll definitely bounce back because it's grown a new leaf. If I pop it out here, it has a new root right there, and there's one small one beside it and one small one on the other side, and on the back there is one more. So what I do is just take a kitchen glass, usually the spare ones, and I'll just rest the orchid on top and then put some tap water in the glass below the stem, which is right there. And if you have any other roots left over, then you could let those touch the water and provide a little bit of water for the plant. And if not, just let it kind of rest above the water, and with the humidity it'll sprout some new roots. And hopefully it'll bounce back for you. I also mist it every single day because orchids can drink through their leaves. This is a mini Phalaenopsis orchid that I've drained the water out of because I'm going to repot it pretty soon. It has survived, and the leaves have perked up a little bit. It's growing a new leaf. Looks really nice. And the old leaf, the oldest one, is a little still wrinkly. Well, a lot. But the other ones are perking up, which is a really good sign. And I have a feeling this one will fall off soon anyway. So here are the new roots it sprouted. So there's 2 there, 1 more there, and it had a flower spike right beside that root. But the flower spike has stalled. So I think it was trying to bloom just for its last chance because it felt it was going to die, but then it liked the water and sprouted some new roots. And also the older ones have active root tips now. And this one had not many roots, just a couple. So I thought I'd try the water culture method, which has worked. This one's on its way. This one has already worked. This one has definitely already worked. And I have one more to show you. This Cattleya orchid had no roots, but now has 6 new roots. So there's 2 there. Obvious ones coming right out of the bottom. The rhizomes. There's 2 more where you see underneath that dormant eye, there are 2 more roots sprouting. And there's 1 more over here next to this fat eye growth. And there was 1 more that I saw this morning somewhere in here. Anyway, but there are 6 new roots. And this one has no roots. So unlike these 2, where they had some roots that could touch the water, this one has none. And this one also had none. So it's just being held by the glass and suspending on top of the water, and with the humidity it sprouted all these roots. And now at this point, you can either choose to leave them to grow as water culture orchids, or you can pop them up into some media. And I choose to do that because my roots usually rot if I leave them in water culture. I don't know why that is, but they usually start getting white fungus sort of stuff on them. So now I'll show you the root system on this orchid. So that is an amazing root system. and this one had spider mites. The bottom three leaves fell off, and there was like two or three left, and those eventually fell off too. This one grew while I had it, then it grew smaller and smaller, and then after the water culture and repotting, it's grown a tiny bit bigger leaf, and now it's set some blooms. And the root system is so good. So it sprouted 4 new roots, and after they were maybe an inch long, I repotted it inside this regular orchid media. And you can see how the roots really took over. And this one's growing out of the air holes I poked in there. All my orchids grow in pots with air holes now, because this one I first started it with, and you can see the results I got. So now they all have air holes. And there are more coming out other holes right here. These are the aerial roots, and there's a really long one back here. So I just suspended it over water, sprouted roots, potted it, and then I care for it like a regular orchid. And now it has definitely bounced back. So I may only have 6 buds and a very short spike. It should be up to here. But this one's still bouncing back, and I'm satisfied with the display. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.